In this week's episode of Working with Work, I'm going to give you a few ideas on how to find your purpose in life. Hello and welcome to episode 55 of my Working with Work series. My name is Carl Pauline, and in this week's episode I want to cover a topic that a lot of my students here in Korea have been asking me to help them find so that they can wake up with energy and vitality every single morning. Now, if you're one of those people who wakes up on a Monday morning with dread and gloom, as if a grey cloud is hanging over your head, then what is likely to be causing that is that you don't have a purpose or a specific goal in your life. Now, that's quite common. From many studies have been shown is that something like 97% of people do not have any vision or any purpose in their life. They just go through the motions. They drift, if you like, through life. Go to school, get a job, get married, have children, retire, die. That's pretty much the blueprint that most people have set up for their lives. They haven't decided yet exactly what they want to get out of this actually really quite a brief life that we have on this earth. And one of the things that I found was once I discovered my purpose, once I discovered the very thing that I really wanted to do in my life, everything changed. Everything started to things started to become less stressful because it wasn't a big thing. Nothing became a big thing because I was always working towards the end goal. And the end goal is very clear. It's real clarity inside my head, exactly what I want to achieve with my life. Now, I need to go a little bit further back. During my 20s, I tried every kind of job you can imagine. I started out in hotel trade, I moved into car sales, I then did sales in general, like traveling salesperson, and then eventually, back in the mid-1990s, my father was bankrupt and they were about to lose the family home. And I got involved in the legal side of being able to stop the bankruptcy from taking away our family home. And that sparked my interest in law. And I became very, very interested in law. And I actually then went to university and studied law. I practiced law for a little while, but while I was practicing law, I discovered that, oh my God, I have spent 6 years studying law and working in law, and I hate it. Well, it wasn't the fact that I hated law. What I actually hated was the 9 till 5 office working. I hated that. I felt like a prisoner. And I had to make a decision about accepting the fact that I'd made a huge mistake. I'd also spent a lot of money on my legal studies and what at the time I thought 6 years, a fair proportion of my life doing something that I have now discovered I don't really want to do. Now, I was very lucky. I found a website which suggested that I could teach English in Asia. I selected Korea, and I came to Korea in 2002. Now, once I arrived in Korea and started teaching, and particularly in the start days, I started teaching English, then I discovered my passion. Oh boy, I absolutely loved teaching. In fact, since 2002, I have never had a gloomy Monday. Sunday night, I am buzzing. I am so excited for the next day. In fact, I get so excited about teaching now, I actually teach 7 days a week. I don't have weekends, I just have weeks. Now, to be fair, on a Sunday, I do tend to keep the classes that I'm teaching very small, 1 or 2 classes, but the rest of the day on Sunday, I'm planning and preparing materials for the following week. Now, this does not feel like a job to me anymore. I absolutely love it. And it's one of the reasons why I love doing these videos, and I love helping people all over the world to get better at productivity and time management. I discovered my passion. My passion is teaching. I am a teacher, and I am very, very proud to be able to say that, because I get to help people every day improve their lives. And to me, nothing can beat that. And so really what I want to do is to get you guys to really understand that once you've discovered your passion, once you've discovered what you really, really enjoy doing in life, everything changes. Every day is a sunny day, no matter whether it's gloomy outside, it's grey, it's raining, it doesn't matter, because inside it feels like sunshine. And that's why you've got to keep looking. And that famous Stanford commencement speech that Steve Jobs did in 2005, find what you love, and if you haven't found it, keep looking. I can promise you guys, it is so true. If you're not happy with the way you are, where your life is today, you always have that power to change it. And you should never let your pride, you should never let your friends or family get in the way, because great things happen when you start doing the things that you are completely passionate about. So how do you find your purpose? How do you find your passion? Well, one of the best ways to do this is to create your bucket list. I always find that when I get my students to start out by writing out their bucket list, the things that they want to do in their life, you will very quickly start to see patterns. Now, it could be that you want to go and help people in other countries. You want to work in other countries. You want to help people in other countries. Very much like I wanted to help people become better communicators. And the best place for that is to go work in a country where English is not the native language. But you can find all these passions once you start writing out your bucket list. Another thing that you can do is you can write out the kind of person you want to be. Now, I am a big fan of a former actor, an actor called Cary Grant. Now, Cary Grant died in 1986. But Cary Grant's movies were fantastic. He was at his prime in the 1940s, 1950s and 1960s. And if you haven't seen any of his movies, I strongly recommend watching movies like North by Northwest, An Affair to Remember and Charade. Charade is one of my favourite movies of all time. It's got a light-hearted comedy element to it, and it stars alongside him Audrey Hepburn. But one of the things that Cary Grant always said is, Cary Grant invented himself. He decided to be the person he actually became, and he became very famous for being this very stylish, very debonair gentleman. And he created that person, and you have the same power. You can create the person you want to be. You always have that power, but you first need to be able to write down what it is you want to become. And I strongly recommend that instead of going out there tonight, instead of sitting down tonight on the sofa, turning on the TV and aimlessly watching a program you're not really interested in, go find a quiet place, get a piece of A4 paper and start writing out the kind of person you want to be, the kind of things that you want to achieve in your life. These are the basic, the raw material of what's going to point you in the direction of what your purpose and your passions are in life. And seriously, once you discover what those passions are, once you discover the kind of person you want to be, everything will change, because then you can start creating a plan to make it happen. But if you have no idea about who you want to be, the kind of person you want to be, the kind of work you want to be doing, the kind of friends you want, the vacations you want to go to, the cars you want to drive, the house you want to live in. If you have no idea about those things, they will never, ever happen. You will end up getting stuck in a cycle of dreariness, unhappiness, stress, and it's just not worth it. As I said, we are on this earth for an all too short a period of time, and it flies by. You are much better spending this limited time that we have on this earth doing the things that you really, really want to do. And anyone can do it. Hey, I trained to be a lawyer. I'm now a teacher, and I absolutely love it. You can do the same thing. If I can do it, I believe anyone can do it. I'm nobody special. It's just that I do tend to think about what I want to achieve in my life, and I'm going to go out there and get it. And if I don't do it, at least I died trying, so I will never have any regrets. And that's the way that you want to be with your life. You want to end your life with no regrets. And I know that sounds all morbid, talking about the end of our life, but you really have to understand we are only on this earth for a very, very short period of time. So you've got to grab the opportunities now and make them happen. And when you start, when you discover that passion, when you discover that purpose in life, then everything changes. You'll have no more gloomy Sunday nights, no more gloomy Mondays. You will hate Friday because it means the end of another week. You will be looking forward to Monday when you can get back into it, doing the things that you really want to do. Please, guys, promise me something. Never stop looking for those things. Because for me, okay, I discovered teaching purely by accident. But the one thing I do know is if I hadn't have taken the step of quitting my job with the law firm and coming to Korea to try out something new, I would never be where I am today. I would never have discovered my passion. I would never be as happy as I am today. These YouTube videos would never have happened. I would never have actually met my wife, and the friends and the people I've been able to help would never have happened. I am so grateful to the opportunities that Korea has given me and the way that it has opened my eyes. And you too can discover that, but you have to go out there and you have to find what it is. And it all begins with that piece of paper. Write out your bucket list. What things do you want to achieve in your life? And write down also the kind of person you want to be. You will see the patterns. And once you see the patterns, it will start moving you in the direction of where you truly want to be. So tonight, do not watch TV. Do not waste your time. Go find a quiet place, get a piece of paper, a pen, and write out. Just dump your brain all the things you would like to do in your life. And then look for those patterns. Once you find the pattern, then you'll find you're well on your way to discovering your passions. Thank you very much for watching this video. It just remains for me now to wish you all a very, very productive week.